Okay, we're up in Studio 5 now, and Casey's going to show us a couple of experiments, and we have the artist Sarah Marie Young, and we're going to take a listen to a couple different combinations. So go ahead and play the track.
Well, we just really had the pleasure of listening to a really nice jazz session tracked here, and since it is a group performance, I'm going to go for trying to first set up the band in one consistent space. So I think a more intimate space seems to work well with this. So bring these up, and here we have our basic room.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. So I thought it'd be nice to bring up the bass because I like to get the sound of the bass in the room, and normally we don't think about that with respect to reverb. One of the things that I like to do is when I'm working with this, I kind of call this the floor because it's more of the feel, and it's really put together. This is more the feel of the low end as opposed to what you hear. You know, obviously you do hear it, but it's really, it gives it that oomph, or less of it if that's what the song calls for it. This is demonstrating those two low frequency.
What was that, 125 and down?
Yeah, it's a very steep filter, so it's...
So this is specifically focusing on the low end.
Right. So I'm going to bring that up slowly, and you can sort of start to hear.
It gives it some nice width.
Yeah, and that's interesting to me too, because it's always difficult to find something to put on a bass like this, especially in a.
It's almost dropped the octave.
And not just EQ.
Not just EQ, but also to get that space. You know, you don't want to use a delay on something like this. You know, a chorus. You know, I don't think they're going to appreciate this, right, as an artist. But here you don't really notice. It just sounds like, okay, that's what it sounded like in the room. Here again, this is without it, and then we'll give you a chance to listen to it with it fully in. Bringing it up.
Nice.
Yeah. And the reason that I like to bring the bass in is because it's like in any good studio room, it's like adjusting the bass traps, you know, until you've got the sound in the room that you want, but here we can do it after the fact. So it's a nice tool to be able to use, and I point it out primarily because you oftentimes lose sight of the fact that low end, reverb, what am I trying to do? Create a space, but you don't think about bass. Bass always equals mud in reverb, but not in this case. So why don't we, when we bring in the rest of the band except for Sarah, and we'll take a listen to what we've got now in this room. Okay.
Now, do you want to cut out everything verb-wise, or you just want to listen?
No, I want to listen to this. So here we are with a few more elements in the room, and we'll let this sink in for a little bit.
Now, does this Rhodes have anything on it?
It should.
Okay.
I mean, why not?
So we're going to put that same room on the Rhodes.
Yeah. Everything in there, everything that we tracked should be in this room.
Studio B far. For
That's
close.
the preset?
Studio B close, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of choices, but that would be
What we have here.
That's representing the room itself.
yeah. And that's just trying to put everyone in their own space. And again, this is a true stereo process. So you have, the reverb is really following the pan, so you don't need to do anything in the reverb or do anything out of the ordinary. You can mix it right from your console. All right. Listen to this for a minute. Now if we want to start thinking about adding some additional reverb, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a reverb that well, it's going to ultimately be on the vocal as well, but we'll listen to it on the snare now. This is Sunset Chamber. And what I've done is I've gone in, and because we already have the room on here, which is what we just did, that studio, I'm going to take the earlies just completely out of this reverb, because you really don't want your specialty reverbs to be imposing yet another room. We've already established the room. So I'm taking the earlies and I've cut them out with the early mix. You can see that I've pulled those all the way down to 0. So we're going to go back to this, and we're going to bring this up for our sax. Okay, so now we're going to bring Sarah in and let her enjoy really the same chamber that we were just listening to on the sax.
This is Sunset Chamber.
This is Sunset Chamber.
This is the Sunset Chamber. Yeah.
How could you leave my side like there was no other possibility? Now I'm left all alone, wondering what will become of me. Though I've seen a lot of loving, I don't know what I'm gonna do this time.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
This time.
Reverb sounds all right too.
Sounds pretty good.
She's great. All right, so one of the things that I'm going to do now is, because she's...
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Well, I think our tastes, you know, while this is a jazz track, I think our tastes have really gotten swayed a little bit by some of the pop vocals that we hear. So in order to sort of oomph her vocals up a little bit, if I can use that word, I'm going to bring in sort of very specialty reverb, and this
Really nice top end on that.
yeah, this reverb just really emphasizes sibilance and that cutting. And I've got it way higher right now just so we can all hear it, but I'm going to bury this once we get done it, but I want to be able to hear this. The other thing I would say with this also is that what I've done is I've dialed in a delay roughly in tempo, and what it does is this is something I noticed on some early Gino Vanelli records when they had a chamber and they really wanted a little bit more reverb. And since this is going to be buried, we can kind of give it that extra oomph. What they would do is, on a repro head, they would actually take a tape delay and push it into the chamber again.
Yeah.
So you got this extra
Double dump.
So we're gonna use that effect on this specialty delay, but since it's buried, it's not really going to be real prominent. So we're going to have this on here, and then I'm going to bring back the chamber as well.
It's definitely a fun concept, using multiple reverbs and figuring out between the VLF and then the high end of the ice beads and then the chamber how they can all play together.
Ice beads is the preset, by the way, that we're using here. Yeah. And it just gives that little extra sizzle that I noticed a lot of people in LA are using that preset these days.
Ice beads?
Yeah.
Sizzly.
But what I've done, in addition to adding the delay, I've pulled the reverb time back on this quite a bit. So it's like about 1.5 seconds. I think the preset normally comes up with quite a bit more reverb time, like 5 seconds or something, which I don't find that useful, but around 1.5 seconds seems to work pretty well for this application.
I want to give a big thanks to Dennis Tusana from Absolute Audio for engineering the session today, and Chicago Recording Company for hosting this. And Casey, a little thanks for flying all the way out from East Coast. Thanks a lot.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, we had a good time.
My pleasure.
Now we're going to wrap things up with a full performance by Sarah Marie Young. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on The Top Shelf.
That we do. How could you leave my side like there was no other possibility?